Having high cortisol can make you completely exhausted, feeling wired but really, really tired. So here are a few tips that you can go through and do to help decrease that really high cortisol response that you're having. I'm Dr. Beth Westie, women's health and hormone expert, author of the books, The Female Fat Solution, The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon, talking all about nutrition that matches your hormones and your cycle. And I'm also the creator of the supplement line, tinctures for your hormones, right? Nutrition for your hormones, where I have tinctures that match your hormones and cycle as well. So things that I want to talk about here to decrease cortisol are really important because the female body has a different reaction to high cortisol than the male body, right? The female body can have a massive cortisol response and have it really impact your other hormones. For example, have you ever had a really stressful event and then your next period was late, or you skipped a period or something, or just felt more junky, right? Like didn't feel as good, had other issues and symptoms. This is a production of that high cortisol. So some things you can do to help your cortisol levels kind of come down and just try. And remember, this can be different for everybody. What works for you might not work for other people and vice versa. So try some of these things out to see if they help. Deep breathing. So this is a 5, 7, 8 count. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 7. Breathe out for 8. And repeat that. Repeat it 5 times, repeat it 10 times until you feel your system calm down. Making sure you're in a safe environment. Making sure that you are in a physical place where there is quiet, you're not going to be interrupted, that you can really take your system through this calm down process. You might have to go hide in your car with no one else around. Maybe being at work or being at home with other people there who are, wanting to talk to you, or potential for the interruption, right? Leave your phone in the house and go sit in your car and do some of these techniques so that you have this safe environment where you can take your nervous system through this process without interruption. The next thing is vagus nerve stimulation. There's a lot of different techniques to do this, but a couple of my favorite are actually tapping on your chest, very simple. You can do gentle rubbing of your neck right here. I like to use a roller for this. Just gentle rolling here. That can help stimulate vagus nerve as well, right? And then there's also humming. Plug, take your thumbs, plug ear, fingers on your head. That loud hum and reverberation also helps stimulate the vagus nerve. I know it looks weird. I know it sounds weird. I know it seems like, is she okay? It will calm your nervous system and it feels amazing. So yes. Walking, going for a 15 to 20 minute walk, especially out in nature, fantastic way to help calm your nervous system down and decrease that high cortisol. Improved sleep. This is more something to focus on day after day after day. Having improved sleep on a regular basis, the quality of your sleep, not just sleeping more, but getting better quality sleep. So this would include making sure you're having a good nighttime routine, not having screens at night, all of that. And I have more information on this on my YouTube channel, Dr. Beth Westie. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following along to really understand more about tips for health that you can benefit from. Adaptogens. So this is my favorite adaptogen. I actually developed this and formulated this for the female body. It's called Adreno Boost. And this will help your body navigate cortisol responses better, right? Just do a little drop under the tongue, shoot. That wasn't part of it. So, Adreno Balance, doing a drop under the tongue, like so. Helps absorption really, really quickly. These are not alcohol based at all. So they actually taste good. They're made with glycerin. And then the last thing is licorice root. If you have an excess amount of cortisol in your system, using a licorice root can help your system flush out that excess cortisol better. So those are the tips that I got for you today. Make sure that you are also subscribed and following my podcast, The Female Health Solution. A lot of great tips that I have there, but I cannot wait to dive more into talking about Dutch testing, things like that, hormone testing that I do. And that's how we can tell what your cortisol levels are. Because if you're thinking, gosh, I feel like I have high cortisol, how do I know for sure? That is looking at a Dutch test. A Dutch test, it stands for Dry Urine Test for Comprehensive Hormones. Here's a sample of it. This is something that I do to help make sure we are targeting the right thing for your system so that you get and keep the best results possible. If you've got questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or comment on the videos. I do check comments. And then there's also going to be a link here for you to click to make sure that you can get your very own hormone test to see what your levels would be.